welcome back to another episode. We are on the Normandy, and we have Kelly over here, who could maybe point us towards a companion, whatnot. And also we have some upgrades from the previous episode that we can now unlock. And I want to talk with the crew before I'm actually going to the next area. Because in the previous one, we got the loyalty stuff from Jackie. And yeah, let's just see what we can get.
How may I help you, Commander?
Okay, how's the crew?
Is there anything I should know?
Nothing right now.
Really?
Anything else, Commander?
That'll be all.
I'll be here if you need anything.
That's actually kind of weird because, I mean, I did start the loyalty missions. Well, I acquired them, yes. But there's no reaction, no nothing.
Hey, Commander. Glad we figured out Jack is crazy, because I was really up in the air, just hanging there.
Really? I mean, she's as crazy as all the other ones on the ship.
I assume everything is going well up here?
Good for now. Fractured my thumb on the mute, but I think I made my point.
Right.
That's it for now.
See you, Commander.
Get your neck in order, please. Always look forward. I don't know if Morden actually has anything to say about biotics. That'll be quite interesting. Well, yeah. Let's just get this upgrades done. Advanced training. I mean, this is how we can get the bonus ability, but I don't think that having warp ammunition available might be that important. I mean, it's a good... Actually, ammunition bonuses are very good on the character because you can activate them and benefit from the bonuses. There's just a teensy-weensy issue. Reallocate. We don't need that. Let's have to figure out who will be the one giving me their loyalty abilities. That's the question. So what do we got? Biotic damage on the armor, yes. And then we could probably get biotic cooldown as well. Look at that. Oh yeah, biotic damage is there for the damage bonus, but cooldown is the thing that we unlocked now. Perfect. 20% faster biotic cooldowns, yes. Generating a Mass Effect field requires significant concentration. After generating a field, all biotics require some rest before they have the mental focus and clarity to generate another. By tracking neural activity and recognizing the individual patterns of the user, the AMP can better interpret the kind of field the biotic wishes to generate. This requires less focus when generating fields and reduces cooldown time. So in this case, there's a signal getting sent to the nodes or nodules of the element 0 stuff in the nerves, and this one activates it. Interesting. And in order to automatically activate it just with the right signal, this one is like AI training, whatever. Pretty interesting. So, faster cooldown, faster better. What about the weapons? Nothing? Yeah. There's just 3 more upgrades for now, which is actually quite nice. So this is just a general thing here. 1 Medigel capacity. What does it do? Medigel upgrade, yeah. But this one restores quarter shields to full strength. That's actually a good bonus. Shield upgrade, something. Go down. They are instantly fully recharged. Sometimes. This doesn't tell me anything. But yeah. Tech powers are good. The thing is, I have infinite tech power duration, pretty much, so I don't really benefit that much from it.
Still need to get to Tuchanka, Shepard. My student's being held by Bloodpack.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you later.
I'll be here if you need me.
Good. So I don't need to talk to all of them now, it seems. But yeah, Jacob was with me.
I hope we can clear up what's going on. Was there anything else?
Yeah.
Just eager to get going.
We'll talk,
Commander.
Okay. Yeah, of course we can talk like personally or whatever, but the only one I should really talk to personally is Jackie down there in engineering. So, yeah, this way. Also,
what's this area of the ship?
No.
Normandy's cargo deck.
That's all for now.
Back for another lesson. Trying to remember, what was his name? Solarian infiltration specialist. 100-story man. Guy could disable a station security with a few taps on an Omni tool. He went to work with Eclipse a few years back. Had to kill him for a job. Your Mordant Solus kind of reminds me of him.
That it?
Nice ship you got here. Roomy. Last ship I worked on, 2 men couldn't walk past each other in the hall unless they were really good friends. I should let you go. Talk more later, Shepard.
I really have to say, like, Zaeed is a strange guy, but he's definitely one of the good ones.
What can we do for you, Commander?
Carry on.
Okay.
Will do, Commander.
For now, they can't do that much, but yeah. Let's see. Jackie. Any good responses for now?
I needed to wipe that place off the map. You took me there to do it, and I owe you.
You don't know what it's like, Shepard, to have garbage like that following you. It marks you in ways you don't expect.
Well, get over you. Yeah, come on. Do we know this? Actually, yeah, we have a backstory that's fairly negative.
I've made a lot of hard choices, Jack. Like what to let go.
Hard to walk away from it. You'd think it would get easier now that the place is a crater. But what else do I know?
Mm-hmm. And what about Ash? Did that help?
I never thought I'd see you show mercy. But you let a wretch live.
He was trapped in the past, reliving it every day. You showed how that could be me. I'm not getting stuck like that. I'm better than him, and I'm sure as hell not carrying that crater around with me.
Interesting. So, her ideal is to get better than the others. And this betterment is actually what is her past. Not the building, not the crater. It's the constant fight for survival that she carries with her. Huh. You feel like you've changed. That's a good one.
Do you think you're different now?
I know that place is gone. But I still kind of want to kill every person I see. No offense.
Well, that's nice. As long as the only persons that we see, or you see, is the enemy, I'm okay with that. Wanted to help you. Yeah. I mean, it was a mission. But yeah.
You sure about this? I want to do whatever I can to get your head on straight.
Nah.
Don't get all therapist on me, Shepard. You're not the couch type. I hate that stuff anyway. Bullshit, prison, psych. You did me a favor, and that's enough. More than I expected. I'll keep it together.
Thank you.
Hey,
Oh.
Tell me about you, Jack.
I'm done talking. Come back later.
Really? Come on.
I should go.
Okay, talk later.
Anyway. Well, yeah, my assessment might have been kind of correct. Let's see. Focus. This constant fight for survival. That's actually her shtick. Interesting. Anything? Nothing. Alright. So, let's see what we have here on the galaxy map. If we have to explore any other thingies or whatnot. Why is the ship all the way over here? This is not where I left it. I left it on Pragia. Just to be sure, yeah, we are stocked up on everything. That's good. I think I did all of the other side missions, didn't I? Yes, I did. Right through the sun. Okay, let's see. Where do we go next? Investigate quarrying Quarryings, yes. I want to get Tully before I do any quarrying business. I don't want to go to the Citadel yet. To Junker, also something that I have to do. Ilium, same. So investigate the dig site. Dig site investigation is actually something I would need someone for that's able to identify things. So I don't know if Tali or Morden might be a better choice for this. But let's see. Do we go for side missions first or main missions? I mean, I do want to keep those 3 areas here for later. I mean, I could farm a little bit. Yeah, let's just do some Krogan stuff here into Tuchanka, just for now, and then we're gonna go to the far rim area in order to recruit Tali. But right now we're just going to get this one to 100%. I would say this is something that we can do right now. Let's see, do we have any other areas unlocked up here, like at 0 or whatever %? Let's see. Yeah, everything else is pretty much good. Oh, rescue Dr. Kenson. That's also another thing. Wait a minute. Dr. Kenson arrival. Sure. This is something that I have to do. Dig site, Citadel, Quarry inside Tali. Yeah. But just for now, in order to get the whole exploration right, let's just do this right now. Let's see. Tuchanka's over there. We don't need to land there for now. Let's get this one. Ruam, the smaller of Aralax hydrogen-helium gas giant, maintains a small helium-free recovery infrastructure. Although the depth of Ruam's gravity well makes it inefficient to export, visitors to the Aralax system often top off their fuel tanks at Ruam's stations. The Council Demilitarization Enforcement Mission, EDEM, maintains a token garrison to monitor any potential sale of fuel to known subversives and terrorists. A very little population, but let's see. So the planet is supposed to be poor. That means we should have this one done in a second or so. Actually, what I need is like the high spy. This is.
Launching probe.
The other one was a medium one, but for now. Nah, that's a good one.
Launching probe.
Go for the big probes. Go for the biggies. Go for the biggies. Ah, that's a good one.
Probe away.
How long does it take until we get like that? There.
Launching probe.
No, something like to the left. No.
Probe away.
Oh, already depleted. That was quick. Oh wait. No. We don't need to focus on getting everything in here. I said that before. So let's just get through the spell thingy here. Let's see. There may be an asteroid hidden. Maybe not. Maybe not. It is then. Okay. Maybe not. So let's get some probes. Krogan. Krogan is a tidally locked Venusian hothouse. Its surface perpetually obscured by clouds of sulfur and carbon dioxide. The first group of Krogan brought into orbit by the Solarian uplift teams requested a trip to Krogan. The Solarians at first thought the Krogan were confused about the nature of Krogan's environment. The planet is named for a Krogan mythological paradise in which honorable warriors feast on the internal organs of their enemies. In fact, Krogan astronomers had correctly deduced the nature of Krogan in the years before the global Holocaust. In the 2 millennia since, Krogan had come to the thought of as an ideal test of one's toughness. Every year, a few Krogan attempt to land on Krogan and exit their ships naked in an attempt to prove their Kroganhood. The planet's surface is littered with the crushed, corroded remains of their ships. Only one, Shaf Nordar, is known to have returned from the surface alive, albeit with most of his bones crushed and all 4 of his lungs damaged by sulfuric gas. Nordar recovered from his trials to the adulation of his people until he died in 1943. He could lie with any fertile female he wished. Okay, so this is basically what he warmed it though, but come on. What's so special about it? Surface gravity is 0.7 G, so there's not much crushing happening on this planet. But atmospheric pressure, Earth That's something that I don't quite get. Like, if there's that little G's, why is there that much atmosphere? That's kind of weird. Shouldn't the atmospheric pressure and the G's, like the gravitational attraction of a planet, be somewhat related? The more pressure there, like, you can only have more pressure if there's more stuff. Sure, but the stuff has to be attracted to the center. Therefore, you need more gravity for it. So there has to be a certain balance. Like, you need a heavier planet and you need more stuff. If you have more stuff outside, then actually the effects of the G's will keep... That just kind of feels weird.
Probe away.
Maybe there is a relation, maybe not. But I think there has to be one.
Probe away.
Let's see. Oh, there we go.
Launching probe. Probe away. Launching probe. Probe away. Probe away. Launching probe. Probe away.
There.
Launching probe.
There's the few more and we got it. Yeah, moderate, yes. Maybe this one. Oh, that must be the last one.
Probe launched.
And? Yes, perfect. So, Krogan, done. Let's see, get more of these. Oh, look at this. There's actually a little hidden right behind this. This is a tricky one. Durak. Durak is a small, heat-blasted rock. Lost in the blinding glare of the star Aralak, it occasionally traps a trace atmosphere of gases blown in on Aralak's powerful solar wind, which inevitably blows the gases back out again. The planetoid has a few valuable loads of... no, not loads, iodes of heavy metals, which were sporadically mined by the Krogan at the height of their power. In the closing years of the rebellions, the 5th clans working the planetoid fell to fighting over a particularly rich deposit of iridium. All 5 clan warlords agreed to a meeting at a neutral location to negotiate truce. Unfortunately, all 5 arrived planning to betray their fellows, while the leaders and their seconds met. All their bases were destroyed by simultaneous hypervelocity cannon strikes. Left with only the food, water and air in their hard suits, and with no way to call for rescue, the warlords apparently fought each other to the death. The survivors of the 5 Durak clans on Tuchanka will argue about which clan's warlord was the last one standing. So, great. And what's the other word for, like, what is negative trust? If you don't trust someone, you are skeptical. But actually,
launching probe.
Being skeptical does not mean that you trust someone. Being skeptical just means that you only
probe away.
Accept information that you can feel, or that you can feel, see, whatever, experience for yourself. This is what skepticism is all about. It's nothing to do with not believing in anything. It just means that as long as you don't see it, well, it's a simple explanation of it.
Launched.
As long as you don't see it, that's not what you're gonna get. That's basically it. So trying to argue with skeptics with like scientific proof or whatever does not work, because even if it's scientific proof, it just doesn't make them feel this reality, right? So anything that you can touch, smell, see, hear, I mean, all of this, sure, can be subject to like misinterpretation as well. But this is easier to understand for like skeptic. So let's say you have like climate skepticism or like flat earther skepticism or whatever. What you need to do very easily is just figure out a way to make them experience exactly that difference. So how do you experience like climate change? This is different because you have to experience the change. You have to experience the difference of the climate before versus the climate now, but there's no way you can do that. The only way you could actually see this is if there's something in their environment that changed because of a warmer climate, like glaciers, for example. But if you never were somewhere on the glacier side, you cannot actually experience, like if you don't see the before and after, right, yourself, then that's basically it. That would be one thing. No one actually lives near a crater. Like, no one is a bit much, but not a lot of people at least. Anyway, Canaan. One of Canaan's hemispheres contains an impact crater 700 kilometers in diameter, dubbed the Rankat Basin. It was mined for light metals in the interbellum between the Ragnar War and Krogan rebellions. Any obvious resource concentrations have long since been stripped. The name interbellum is also a very interesting thing. Bellum means war, and inter means between. So, saying that there's an interbellum between Ragnar War and Krogan rebellions means there's something between a war, between this war and that war. They could have just said in the time between, but anyway. It's interbellum. It's basically the wait a minute. What about the internet, right? There's a net, and there's something between it. This is inter.
Probe launched. Probe away.
Anything that is inter. What about interpretation then? What about that? It's also between something. That's between you and whatever text, basically. But yeah, internet. The internet is basically between people. It's a net between people. This is how you can understand that, but it has nothing to do with something being between the nets.
Probe launched.
That's a weird one. Okay, let's see if we can get. Oh, is it one?
Launching probe.
Then there's also the word intercept. Whatever sept is.
Launching probe.
Meaning that there's something being moved from one place to another, and you are between it. Yeah, waiting for it and taking it with you.
Probe away.
But what is a septing thing? What's a septum? Push. I mean,
Launching
septing
probe.
is a C and not an S. It's a weird idea of a word. Let's see. I do need that last big spike. That has to be somewhere up here, right? Has to be somewhere around here. I have a feeling that I went past it multiple times.
Launching probe.
Using probes left and right. I can't find the spike.
Launching probe.
It's not the right one. I know. There's. No. Ah. Yeah. Come. Ah, there it is. Finally.
Launching probe.
That's the right one. And we got that one depleted. So, back to the fuel depot. There's still a few more planets around. Let's just look at Tuchanka. We're just getting into orbit, but we're not going to land yet. We're going to read the text on Tuchanka once we are going to land, but first we are going to look for... Is this the last planet around here? Could be. Vol. Vol is a hydrogen-helium gas giant named for an ancient Krogan deity that stood watch for enemies of his pantheon. The gas giant's moons are named after some of Vol's myriad eyes and ears. The only reason to visit Vol's system is scientific curiosity, which the Krogan lack. So, if the only reason you want to go to a planet is curiosity, but no one is curious to get there, right? Then there's no one there.
Probe launched.
If there's no one there, so how do you know that this planet is even there at all? It's other races probably, but anyway. Scientific interest is also something very interesting. So, let's see.
Launching probe.
Launching this probe, launching with that probe.
Probe away.
I'm just wasting probes left and right. This is not the real spike. I have to look for the big spike again. That could be... That's not it. It's a medium spike. That one doesn't really count. The thing is, you can just go by ear. Ah, there. That might be it.
Probe launched.
Maybe. No. Not big enough. What about that one?
Probe away.
Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Is it at 100%? Yes. So we got Nith, Thranik, and probably another one. Nah, they're just two. That's good. Makes exploration a wee bit easier. Let's go to Thranik first. Whoa. There's some moons on this one. Rodlar. Once Rodlar was a large ice dwarf, with the statistics listed below. In the waning years of the Krogan rebellions, it was shattered into fields of debris by what is assumed to have been the test of an exotic weapon system. In the wake of the event, the planetoid was reduced to a relatively contained field of thousands of tiny moonlets, rotating around one another, colliding and ricocheting. The method used to destroy the planetoid has never been deduced. The Krogan clan who performed the experiment apparently all died in the event. Ships that have traveled to the edge of the event's light cone observed a moment of extreme gravitational lensing around Rodlar immediately before its breakup, but no other clues. A popular extranet meme put forward by Asari author Delsa or Thesa insists that the Turians are covering up the existence of a Krogan superbiotic breed that was genetically engineered within Rodlar. The CDEM enforced quarantine around the Rodlar field, citing cases of amateur investigators whose ships came to grieve in the debris field. Interesting. Or maybe they just bundled all of their biotic power in order to make a really, really big black hole. That would explain the gravitational lensing thing. But still. Something. Big gravitational thing.
Probe launched.
But yeah, how would you trigger something like that? Whoa. Okay. I mean, look at this. There's element 0 here. If there's element 0, then that means there is there's gravitational effects that can be triggered, or that could be triggered with it. That element 0.
Probe launched.
Maybe the explanation. What if they moved another object in here that kind of
Launching probe.
interfered with the element 0, maybe another element 0 planet or whatnot. And as a result, there was like a super gravitational event happening. I don't even say what kind of lensing thing it was, right? Was it a positive gravitational lensing or was it a negative gravitational lensing? That's the
Launching
question.
probe.
Because usually what happens here is that they use this element 0 thing in order to
Probe away.
lower the amount of gravity that gets created by the mass.
Launching probe.
So it's like a negative kind of lensing thing that shouldn't happen.
Probe launched.
The question is just, what's the normal behavior of a gravitational lens? Does it push it away or does it attract it? That's the real question. So, let's get the next one here. Saskoth. Saskoth is a small ice dwarf with an eccentric orbit. During perigee, portions of its icy surface sublimate into thin atmosphere of nitrogen and carbon dioxide, which quickly freeze again as it recedes into the outer reaches of the Dranic system. And, as usual, it's one of the rich things. Looks like I have to go back to the fuel station after that one.
Probe away.
That's so many resources.
Launching probe.
That's unbelievable.
Probe away.
I'm also a collector of sorts.
Launching probe.
It's kind of like the Green Goblin Osborne kind of meme. I'm also some kind of scientist myself.
Probe away.
Alright, let's see. We need a big spike. We need a big spike. That's the last one.
Probe away.
Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe this is the... Nah, it's like medium.
Launching probe.
Whatever. Still not it. You're kidding me. It's weird. Weird.
Launching probe.
There.
Probe away.
Oh, come on. Okay. Still not done yet. There is... But wait, there's more. Okay, we got 3 more probes so we can test it out. At one point attack. There, finally. Has to be depleted. Right. So, let's go to this one here. Very close to the sun. Kelm. Kelm is a tectonically inert rock with an atmosphere of krypton, xenon, and argon. There are a few valuable iodes of light metals scattered across its surface, but they are difficult to find. Most were mined out in the years leading up to the Krogan rebellions. And we have like... there you go.
Probe launched.
Most of them were mined out. And...
Launching probe.
3 probes, we're going to get this to the core state, maybe. Maybe. Maybe not.
Probe away.
Nah, alright. Have to come back in a moment. It would be cool if this ship actually had some kind of booster that you can use. It would be sweet. One thing that you really have to do, as soon as you have the opportunity to get Thane, and then you can get like 60 probes instead of just 30. That is the most important thing here.
Probe away.
But this upgrade should be available from the get-go. It shouldn't be a companion exclusive.
Probe away.
Because it's so important. There you go.
Probe launched.
Oh, there.
Probe away.
There.
Probe
Perfect.
launched.
I mean, we are going back to the fuel station anyway, right? Let's see. Nothing? Jesus. Alright, come on. And where is it? Where is it? That. Not quite. No. Actually, no. It's probably not.
Probe away.
It has to be a bigger spike. This is not it. No. There. That's the one.
Probe launched.
Okay, and for the last in the system, Door. Door is a conventional methane ammonia ice giant. Conventional? I haven't seen that many methane ammonia ice giants at all. Anyway, it is the main fueling port in the Dranic Cluster Gateway system. Peel Day Station, the headquarters for patrol ships of the Council Demilitarization Enforcement Mission, CDEM, lies at the trailing Lagrange point of Door. The CDEM logs all ships passing through the Krogan Demilitarization Zone and has the right to board and search them for contraband at any time and for any reason. There are no exceptions. At points over the last few centuries, diplomatic incidents have been caused when the patrol frigates boarded an Asari hospital ship, a Batarian diplomatic courier, and privately owned human tramp freighters. Whatever this means. These measures are provided for under the terms of the Krogan Armistice, where the Krogans were allowed to retain their government and personal weapons. Any attempt to provide starship-mounted weapons to the clans on Tuchanka is punishable by law. Nearly a millennia after the war ended, the official penalty for smuggling proscribed weapons is still death by spacing. Okay, interesting. The strange thing is like the way that death is prescribed, right?
Probe away.
No beheading, no punching, just spacing.
Probe away.
Very simple, very straightforward. But you have to get into space first, right?
Launching probe.
Come on, that one.
Probe away.
Probe away. Have to do this a little slower so I don't
Launching probe.
rush over the spikes. There you go. That was quick and easy. Okay, and we got the Dranic system done. Next one is Nith. Let's just... Ooh, interesting. So depending on how your ship is oriented, I would say, the entrance point in the system is correlated to it. So let's say you're pointing this way, then that means you entered from that position all the way down there. And let's say you would orient yourself this way, then you were coming in from the eastern area there. So let's see. Okay, so this would be like the eastern section, but let's say I position myself a little to the west of it, looking to the west. So I'm coming in from the eastern section. So the ship's orientation tells you where you arrive in there. This thing is huge, beautiful. Mantoon, the Class B blue giant Nith, was once the most strategically valuable system within Krogan territory. Though far too hot for habitable planets, Nith emits thousands of times the energy of a main sequence star like Earth's Sol. With help from the Solarian uplift teams, the Krogan constructed a chain of solar power collector stations in orbit around Nith. These vast arrays beamed power to particle accelerators on the surface of Mantoon, which manufactured anti-proton fuel for warship thrusters in the Krogan rebellions. The Spectre agents managed to get a virus into the computers of the solar power arrays. Every fifth array suddenly applied braking thrusters. The arrays behind them piled up and all were reduced to wreckage. This has since dispersed into a relatively stable ring system. The Krogan never had the resources to rebuild the solar arrays, depriving them of their fleet's main fuel supply for the remaining of the war. The particle accelerators still exist on Montoon, but have not been used in thousands of years. The interesting bit about all of this, right, is the fact that the Krogans seem to be very highly developed. This is the starting, like if it's a ring, an orbital ring around a sun, a planet, or whatever, a gravitational thingy, a big attractor, then what it basically is the start of a Dyson sphere. Dyson sphere is just a thing, a sphere, placed around the sun in order to get the radiation energy from the sun, or like any star, whatever, and then use it in a way. But in this case, they just use it as a traffic station, and with a beamy thing that goes to a planet. In this case, you could also use it with a beamer to not just go to this planet, but maybe you can beam it a little further, right? To a completely different system. So you could make energy available by just focusing it and directing it, instead of letting it go like all over the place. But the question is there any benefit of letting the energy go all over the place instead? So let's say you have a Dyson sphere around the sun, or like Dyson sphere around the star, and you're capturing pretty much all of the energy from the star. What would happen with all of the planets? Planets would basically miss out on that energy and freeze, because the star is usually the thing that makes everything around it very hot. The only thing that a planet would still have in terms of heat production would be like nuclear and like gravitational stuff in the center of the planet. That's the only source of heat that I could like remember of. And that like gravitational thing like of a moon, let's say, like if there's some stretching and pushing or whatever, then this also kind of creates but it's pretty much it.
Launching probe. Probe launched.
So, let's see. There.
Probe launched.
Depleted. Okay. So let's see, Montoon. This thing is huge. Look at, and we can just fly through the whole thing. All of those big stars look really cool. The small little bits of stars, like this, definitely not. Yeah, the real ratio of a star to planet is like very, very far away. Alright, Tula. Tula's methane ammonia atmosphere traps the blistering heat of Nith, driving dayside temperatures up over 1000 degrees, exactly. While some iodes of useful metals are present, the planet's incredible heat makes mining impractical. But you could mine it on the far side, maybe. But another thing that you have to do in order to mine it properly is you have to make sure that your mining equipment does not burn in that amount of heat. The other way would be to instead just have some heat collectors or something. Like, this is all energy that you can use, basically. And if you funnel that heat energy into something useful that can sustain the 1000 degrees without getting destroyed, then you could like have yourself some kind of heat array. Yeah, like a solar array, pretty much, but maybe more for like thermal energy. But you have to make sure that the thing that captures or like carries the heat counts as like a salt, yeah, like a molten salt reactor thingy. That could work.
Launching probe.
Then you have to make sure that all of the metals inside the system just don't dissipate. Okay, this is that is it? That might be it.
Launching probe.
It's still not it. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I have to go back to the fuel station.
Launching probe.
And we got 66, yeah. They're just 3 planets, and I messed up with the amount of probes that I have. Used some like medium things. Vard. Wasn't there another planet also called... No, Vord, I think. Anyway, Vard is a methane ammonia ice giant. Until the Krogan rebellions, it had a sizable helium-free fuel refining infrastructure. Once the solar arrays orbiting Nith were destroyed, the constant flow of anti-proton tankers visiting the system disappeared. There was little point to maintaining the facility, so they were shut down and abandoned. Today the ancient stations are squatted by transient criminals and outcasts. Although few are safe for habitation, neither the Krogan nor the Council Demilitarization Enforcement Mission, CEDA, patrols care if they take their chances. A militarization thing, like, this is so weird. I mean, something similar like that also happened on Earth. Demilitarization efforts. But in this case, yeah. Do you really need to demilitarize? The skeptical thing about like demilitarization is just that if you want to build military equipment, and that means you need to put in effort. I'm not talking about resources, it's just about like people need to do stuff like that, right? And need to put their focus on it. That time.
Launching probe.
And that time is then not present or not there anymore if you actually need it for other things. And because there's only a limited amount of people with a limited amount of time, you can only make a limited amount of stuff. Therefore, if you were to make like military equipment, you would, deprive yourself of everything else that is not that.
Probe away.
Just because of this. And I am... Let's just hope this is just one spike that I need. Just one big spike. That would be amazing because I don't have to go back to Nithik. Man, where's the thing? It could be this one, but I'm not sure. There. Yeah, this is the one. That might be the one.
Probe away.
Probably have to go back again. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. Alright. The NIST system is at 100%. The Krogan DMZ is at 100%.
Fuel at 1/2 capacity.
Yeah. 1/2 capacity. It's not half capacity, it's 1/2 capacity. It's the ratio. Right. Then where else could we go to? I just want to know, like this is already at 100%. What if I go to the Viper Nebula? How many systems are there? While I'm at it, I can just... oh, not many. That's perfect. And there's also no fuel station, which is a wee bit iffy. So let's see... There could be, but I don't think... Nothing so far. Good. Let's see if we have to do anything around this one. Nothing. Okay. We're going to read up on that once we do the mission. Actually, we could just do the mission right now. Why not? So, Basuda. A hydrogen-helium gas giant, Basuda is home to infrastructure that gathers helium-free as well as military space stations that supply and protect the resource. Spy satellites are in abundance here, watching for undesirable entering the system or fugitive fleeing it. ED's travel advisory. The Batarian hegemony considers any presence of Alliance military vessels in Batarian space as hostile. The Normandy SR-2, while an independent vessel, strongly resembles the Normandy SR-1. Who knows? An Alliance ship. Use of stealth systems is highly recommended.
Probe launched. Probe launched.
The Batarians don't like humans. Somewhat understandable. Ah, that one.
Probe launched.
Let's see, maybe I can use all 30 probes in order to get the resources off of this planet. Well, off of the planets of those systems. That one.
Probe away.
Yeah, there are definitely large spikes up here. I'm gonna go for the... Ah, come on. Is this good? Yeah. We're just going back and forth.
Launching probe.
That's not... Already deplete. That was quick. Look at that. That's a good supply. No, I'm wasting probes. You can, I believe, you can... 40%. Okay, 40 means there are not that many. 20, there are 5. 1, 2, 3. Ah, there's a small one right up there. Krogan, a hothouse planet with a thick atmosphere of methane and ethane. Krogan has been left relatively untouched by the Batarian hegemony. As with many Batarian planets, spy satellites circle it, watching for pirates or other enemies of the state who come by the planet to discharge their ship's drive cores. ED's travel advisory: the Batarian hegemony considers any presence of the Alliance something stealth. Okay, but I have to say this one has a nice greenish hue on it. It's very beautiful.
Probe launched.
Only thing I'm missing here is something that's more contrast rich.
Probe away.
Like there's some green stuff here, yes. But then it just goes into this darkish blue, whatever this is.
Probe away. Launching probe.
Almost as if the whole planet is
Launching probe.
surrounded by like dangerous chemicals, like chlorine or whatever. I don't know if the Batarians can actually survive that.
Probe launched.
Definitely certain kinds of aliens that survive specific elements, whereas others would just keel over.
Probe away.
Where do we have that thing? Not this one.
Probe away.
Is it? Yes. Alrighty. And the big one here. Ooh, that one is nice. Urmola, a hydrogen helium gas giant. Urmola is home to infrastructure that generates both helium-free and anti-protons. Both sources of fuel are restricted to hegemony ships, forcing merchant vessels to dock at Basuda to refuel before their journey. A sizable naval station is stationed at Urmola, ships guarding the installations from enemies without and within. As with other planets in the system, spy satellites are ubiquitous and, of course, use stealth. What is it with the Batarians
Probe away.
and their need to control everything? It's a very interesting bit. Because Batarians are usually considered to be like pirates or whatever, but now they say something about a hegemony whatnot. And some extreme control of their government. I wouldn't have thought of it this way. I would have thought that they were more like
Probe away.
independent individuals that just because of their independence or whatever, just act in a very, very, very selfish way.
Probe launched.
Therefore turning to piracy and whatnot.
Probe away.
But this is kind of the opposite.
Launching probe. Probe away.
And we got it. So, one more planet, the smallest of the bunch. Unaka, a tiny rock planet. Unaka's atmosphere is a thin shell of carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide. Unaka has an abundant metals, but hegemony protectionism makes mining on Alatov more profitable for Batarian corporations. A few aging space satellites circle it, watching for unlicensed mining operations. Exactly. Hegemony protectionism. And it makes it, more profitable for Batarians because, for Batarian. But does it make it more profitable for everyone? That's the real question. Right? Because this protectionism means that you need to put in effort again, right? You can also, like, this effort itself can be represented as a certain amount of money.
Probe away.
Like a number, basically. Doesn't really matter what currency, but in the end it's just a number. But in the end you can just, maybe instead of money you can use time in order to represent it. Like so and so many minutes have been turned into this and this object, right? So let's say you work an hour in order to make a thing, then this means like this thing is worth an hour of your time. And what you're doing is just you're exchanging your time for the time of someone else. And if the someone else is better with their time doing something, then you actually make a profit, right? Like use basically give 1 hour away that you can basically waste, and someone else profits off of you, but then you were paid 1 hour of whatever it is, and as a result you can buy whatever other stuff is there. Does the local cluster have? Probably not. And you can basically buy anything else in the economy that is worth that 1 hour. So if someone else is actually better producing something, right, then that means that whatever they produce is less than an hour, probably, right? Well, in comparison to you, like let's say you would take an hour, or maybe 2 hours, let's say, to produce it, and someone else is able to make this in like half an hour. They are more proficient, or more efficient, or whatever. They're just able to get more with that time, or to make more with that time, and that means that you can just buy it off of them, and therefore you have saved 3/4 of an hour, pretty much. Well, no, wait a minute. You saved much more, right? Potential savings. Yeah. But the thing is, you also have to take into account, like, the amount of money that you have to spend for moving things from one place to another. Like, let's say I would produce something on this planet, and then I have to move it onto this planet. Moving things is also part of the production. Anything that makes the stuff appear on that planet, basically. Let's say you have to make up a ritual or whatever, right? Open up a portal, whatnot, and all of this is part of the effort, and then stuff appears, right? Then this is part of the manufacturing process. Doesn't matter how you do it, it just matters like who does it and how long it takes. That's basically it. Anyway, our thoughts and rescue of Dr. Kenson. That will be done in, I would say, the next episode. And that means we're going to end the episode right now and continue with Dr. Kenson in the future. Like and subscribe, of course, as usual. And ta-ta!